Hello, my name is Julie Maloney, and I'm an affiliate spiritual director at Ignatius House in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I'm going to share with you some thoughts and questions after reading Luke's gospel account of the birth of Jesus. After reading Luke's gospel account of the coming of the baby Jesus, do you ever think about the night that the angels appeared to the shepherds and announced the birth of Christ the Messiah? The details in Luke's gospel are vague to me, and yet as we read them this year, a lot of questions can appear, different questions for each of us. Luke helps us recall that the shepherds who live in the field are doing the night shift and waiting. I myself have done the night shift as a mom and as a nurse, and I've waited during the night for various reasons, but I always had an expectation of an outcome and never got any kind of surprise like these shepherds got. And when you look up at the stars at night, do you ever wonder what it really looked like when the angels appeared and the heavens totally opened up? And then what they said that made these shepherds get up and go into town to look for a baby who the angels called the Messiah. We all wait for change at some time in our lives, big change and little change. And I think about what living under Roman rule could have been like 2,000 years ago with no rights and a lot of tyrannical rule. Maybe those shepherds were really ready for a new king to change things for them, a return to the God of Israel and the Messiah that they have waited for. Well, what they got was a baby with a genealogy that was colorful and not the type of royalty line that was born in a palace. I'm amazed that they were able to find this baby in a town that was bustling for a census. The story they told to everyone and the joy reported on their faces amazed everyone who heard them tell it like Luke tells us. I'd like to imagine that. Maybe you've seen something like it when a friend tells a story and it's about something that you weren't there to see and maybe something you just won't believe happened. They almost can't contain themselves as they describe what happened, saying things like, "I just can't believe it," or "You should have been there." But we weren't. What we have is the description that Luke gives us, which tells us more than the other gospel writers. Sometimes I have to stop asking questions and wait for God to show me the important part of the story. So in quiet prayer, I look to the main idea, that a Savior who people have been waiting centuries for has arrived. And his life, death, and resurrection has changed everything in the world, not just giving us a new era, but changing mankind and offering us hope in every situation. I see in all of this the unfailing nature of divine hope. It's a great mystery we enter into. God keeps loving us and coming back to us again and again in so many ways, and this time in human form, so we can relate to him and so he can relate maybe to us. Maybe even enter in a plan of hope together. Now there's a thought. Entering into hope with God. If Jesus came in a human nature, he needed things to hope in as well. With this thought, I have to ask myself, how can I possibly give him anything to hope in? Well, maybe it's how I live my one small life and how generous I can be towards others and loving them in every encounter with a heart like Christ. I'm not sure, but it's the best I can do for today. And as we enter into this great mystery, not just once at Christmas, but in every day as we live our lives, remember, God invites you to enter into this mysterious plan of divine and human hope.